For me, it's about the law and people. How am I supposed to quantify the value of these things when I don't have evidence?
I'm sorry.
And how people can resolve their problems and just be better for it.
Justice with passion.
I always knew I was going to go into law because I tried to see everybody's point of view in an argument. You say one thing, she says another. So who am I to believe?
Justice with truth.
Either you make the decision or I make the decision. You won't like mine.
This is Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. Elena Vasquez is suing Lenice Dawson in the amount of $12,800. Ms. Vasquez claims she wanted to adopt the child she had fostered for years and says she needed therapy after the foster agency yanked the child from her home and returned the girl to her birth mother.
Okay, Ms. Vasquez, I understand you are a nurse?
Yes,
And a dedicated foster parent?
that's correct.
Okay, and you are here suing today the foster agency that took away your foster daughter,
Yes.
right? And you're suing for $12,800. So explain to me, Ms. Vasquez, why are you suing the agency for this amount of money?
Mainly for taking my foster child, Isabella, wrongfully and putting her back in the hands of her unfit mother and the distress that it has caused me.
Okay, and I understand you also took some time off work.
I took some time off of work, about 3 months, unpaid. I went through a lot of stress, depression, therapy, medication.
Wow. Tell me a little bit about your foster daughter. I understand her name is Isabella.
I raised her she was with me for 4 years until
That's
she
a
was
long
8
time.
years old.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's a very
long time. I was there for her, treated her as my own. I loved her, and basically that was taken from me.
Did you want to adopt her, or
I did, yes.
you shown interest?
I did show some interest. I spoke with the agency. I was under the impression that I can permanently adopt Isabella.
That you
for
could
good.
proceed with adoption.
Correct.
Okay. So then what happened then? Because you have a very strong and emotional statement, but in your own words, explain then what happened.
I was referred to the agency by Ms. Dawson because basically I had a hard life growing up myself. I didn't have a mother, didn't have a dad. My mother, basically, she was in my life for a short period of time. There was some violence and abuse. I ended up having to stay with my grandparents, so she wasn't in my life the whole time.
Wow.
That helped me to really decide that I want to become a foster parent and just help a child in need, show them the love and support and raise them as my own. So I was referred to Ms. Dawson's agency. I went through the process of looking into adopting Isabella. That's when I met her at age 4. And 4 years later, she was basically just taken from me, just like that.
Okay. Tell me about Isabella when she came to live with you as a foster child.
She was hurt. She was just sad. I mean, it took a really long time for us to really bond and just figure out how to deal with her trauma. So
Is the biological mother, did she have drug problems? Or?
She did. Drug problems. There's been reports of her being arrested, and she's just unfit.
Okay. So you had her for 4 years. I imagine Ms. Dawson trusting an individual to be a foster parent is a big deal. And unfortunately, we take that for granted. And we know a lot of red tape gets lost and a lot of things get lost. But what was it about Ms. Vasquez that you thought would be a good foster parent for any of the children that you were designated?
When we met Elena, she appeared, and based on home visits to her home, she seemed reliable.
Okay.
She seemed stable. She's a registered nurse taking care of people. So she met all the criteria.
So she check-marked all the requirements that you
really
had,
did.
the state had, the city, everything was fine?
Yes.
All right. Tell me a little bit about the process and how long have you guys been a foster agency?
I've been in this business for over 20 years, and the agency has followed and matches all the guidelines for state criteria. So the agency follows the rules of the state, so it has the credibility to place foster children in stable, reliable foster homes.
Okay. And when Ms. Vasquez showed interest that she wanted to adopt Isabella, what what do you do as an agency? Do you relay that to the Child and Family Services or CPS? What do you do? Or to the court?
Well, we go through the process of making sure that her home continues to be stable, and obviously for 4 years it was stable, and I'm not saying that it isn't. It was a very stable environment. However, when the mom comes back into the picture, the biological mom comes into the picture and she wants to be reunified with her child, we can't stop that process either. We work hand in hand with the court. Did the mother meet all the criteria to reunite with her daughter?
Was she rehabilitated enough to regain custody?
And she did.
Coming up on Justice for All.
I had proof, I have record of these, what they saw. I explained that to the agency. This was just before Isabella was taken from me, and they knew what was going on.
If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. We're back with the case of Elena Vasquez, who is suing Lenice Dawson for emotional distress.
Did your agency let Ms. Vasquez know with enough time the mother, the biological mother, has passed all the tests required from the court, from Child Protective
Very
Services,
short
from
notice,
CPS?
Judge.
Okay.
I'm confident that they did.
Okay,
I
but-
think she just is looking at the fact that they just told me last minute.
Got it.
That did not
Very
happen.
last minute.
But what's a time frame typically? I know it doesn't happen overnight. At least you anticipate, right? So what's usually the time frame?
Anywhere from 3 months, 6 months to a year.
Got it.
But
All
if
right. And it's anticipated. So Ms. Vasquez, at the risk of sounding cold, you knew that the mother was under rehabilitation and potentially Isabella would be reunited if she passed all the required tests, et cetera.
Yes, Judge. Yes,
The
I was.
rehabilitation, anything she needed to prove. So we knew
Yes.
that. So the time came when the court ordered that Isabella should go back with her biological mother. You understand that's something the agency had to do, right?
I do.
They're
I do.
dictated
However,
by law that they have to bring the foster child back to the biological mother.
4 years after I've been taking care of Isabella, I was told by the agency that, everything looks good. I brought up that I want to adopt her permanently. What does that look like for me in the future? Is that even possible? And the agency stressed to me, Ms. Dawson as well, that everything looks good. Everything is checking the boxes. Her biological mother is not around. Everything should be fine.
Yeah.
And there are other things that happened that came up to me being worried. I mean, the biological mother would reach out to me. She would call me, on random occasions, cursing, threatening, saying really awful things to me late at night. And she seemed to be drugged on something.
Did you report that to the
I did report it
agency?
to the agency, yes.
Okay. How many times did this happen?
Within the 4 years of taking care of Isabella, I don't know, maybe 10 times or so.
Okay. Is this true, Ms. Dawson?
I don't remember any of our caseworkers coming back with 10 times that she was contacted.
Within the
Okay.
4
How many
years, 10
times
times.
would you say?
To be honest with you, Judge, I remember maybe one incident.
And did you report
there was
that
more than
to
one.
the
We
court?
definitely reported it to CPS, and CPS is investigating it, yes.
Okay, investigated that, okay. But clearly, despite that issue, the decision was made for Isabella to be reunited with her mom, right?
Exactly.
Okay. And what else, Ms. Vasquez?
Also, I decided to take it into my own hands and hire a private investigator
You did.
to basically look into the biological mother and her actions, what she's doing. After receiving these calls, threatening calls, I was concerned. What do I need to look out for? I want to protect Isabella the best way I can. I want her to be safe. My investigator, he found some really horrifying things. Basically, mother is out partying. She has, there's reports of her being arrested several times.
I
Using
can't
drugs.
imagine that the court didn't have all of this information. If she's arrested, then immediately she's violating her probation and she's risking seeing her daughter. So did you share all of this information
I
with
shared
the
everything
agency?
with the agency. As soon as I found out from my investigator, I had proof, I have record of these, what they saw. I explained that to the agency. This was just before Isabella was taken from me, and they knew what was going on. I shared that with them.
Okay. Did the agency, Ms. Dawson, share this with the proper authorities and the court?
When she gave the information of what she just shared with you, of course we contacted CPS. We're mandated reporters.
Yeah.
So of course we did that. I think that Elena is just hurt emotionally, and I empathize with her. I would not want a child taken from me after caring for her for 4 years. But we followed the guidelines of the state law. And like I said, Elena, we didn't make the decision by ourselves. The decision was made in combination with the court.
Well, they don't make the decision. The foster agency doesn't, right? It's the court. There's something legally called standing, right? So in order, like standing, what does that mean? Do you have a right to sue the foster agency? And in order for you to have that standing, you have to almost be Isabella's mother. And the thing is, you are a foster parent. And your obligation is to follow all the guidelines as required by law, to nurture, cherish, take care of this child. But when the child is ready to be reunited with the parent, your job is done. And I'm simplifying it and I'm taking the emotion out, because what you did raising a little girl is admirable. And I wish there were more foster parents like you. But there are not. But do you understand that you don't have standing to say you took her away from me because you completed your duty as a foster parent. You did everything you were supposed to do. And yes, you informed them, but they don't make the decision. They followed what they were supposed to follow under state law.
Might I add, it was literally when the caseworker contacted me from the agency telling me that the mother is reaching out, that she wants her child back, Isabella. There was no time in between. I was not notified. They didn't give me a heads up, 30 days, 60 days, none of that. 2 weeks later, Isabella was taken from me.
Coming up.
I noticed she had bruises on her arm. And when I asked her what happened to your arm, she whispered to me that mommy got mad. And that's something that Ms. Dawson did not bring up.
You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. We're back with the case of Elena Vasquez, who is suing Lenice Dawson for emotional distress.
After she was taken away, I was able to revisit her, supervised. And when I spoke to her, keep in mind, when I first brought her into my life, she was not speaking. She was that traumatized, she could not speak. And after about 2 weeks, you could see she was smiling. She was enjoying herself with me. She was able to speak. We were having great times. I took care of her. I made her lunches.
I understand, Ms. Vasquez, and I see you.
But not only that, Judge, I also want to say that during this revisit, I noticed she had bruises on her arm. And when I asked her what happened to your arm, she whispered to me that mommy got mad. And that's something that Ms. Dawson did not bring up. I don't know why, but
did you
I reported. Yes, I did report it.
And of course, we contacted CPS. You can't keep saying nothing happened.
Okay,
we
so
did
then
our
what?
portion.
Can I ask,
taken.
Ms. Dawson, do you know where Isabella is now?
She's with her mother.
Still with her mother?
Yes.
Do you know that for sure?
And how is she doing if we had some evidence that she may not be doing so well and had a bruise on her arm and it was very quiet and not herself?
She continues to have home visits through CPS and through caseworkers. So they
removed it from your hands and they're handling it now.
Exactly.
Do we know anything about her?
From my understanding, like I said, there are several caseworkers that work within our agency. I have kept tabs on this one because Elena has been so verbal about our situation.
So all we know is that Isabella's still with her mother.
And if she's still with her mother, they're not finding anything that's wrong. My concern today is I feel Elena is just taking out revenge on us.
Coming up.
Elena, as
And
a
I don't
registered
understand
nurse,
how
you are
can
a
just take a
mandated
child.
reporter.
Do you have children?
Yes,
do you
I
have children?
do.
How would you feel if your child was taken
I would
from
be
you?
devastated just like you.
You don't seem like it.
You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. We're back with the case of Elena Vasquez, who is suing Lenice Dawson for emotional distress.
It's in their jurisdiction. I hate to throw it that way, but they're not responsible for Isabella's placement with the biological mother. If you believe Isabella is still in danger, well, then try to find a way. But you have to respect that parents sometimes are horrible and they don't deserve to be a parent. But if they show that they have a right, that they've helped themselves, they've rehabilitated themselves, and they've proven that they're worthy of the child, we have to give them a chance.
My fear is
We
that,
have to give them a chance.
Judge, I just feel that what if Isabella is not okay? What if her mother decides that she wants to revisit and do drugs and harm the child and be abusive?
Listen.
What's going to happen then? It's not like she can come back to me.
Miss Vasquez, I appreciate everything you're saying, and I wish people were as passionate as you.
Yeah. It's just not right. I've
They
raised
did
this
not-
child for 4 years. She was my everything.
I empathize with her, but
They didn't give me a heads up. They didn't tell me anything. They made me feel that she was going to be mine.
Elena, as
And
a
I don't
registered
understand
nurse,
how
you
let
are
her
a
just take a
mandated
child.
reporter.
Do you have
Ms.
children?
Dawson.
Yes,
Do you
I
have children?
do.
How would you feel if your child was
I
taken
would
from
be
you?
devastated just like you.
You don't seem like it.
I would be devastated. I empathize
You don't seem
with
like
what
it,
you're
and I
going
don't believe
through.
it. I don't
but
believe it.
the bottom line is, as a registered nurse, you are a mandated
And
reporter
that's
too.
why I'm here today, because it's caused me so much stress that I can't even do my job. I cannot care for patients. I'm a registered nurse. I have to take care of my patients, and I couldn't even do that because I'm stressing over what is going on with Isabella. Is she okay? Are there more bruises on her arm? How is she doing? And they have no answers for me.
We
Okay,
have
fine.
answered
You
you.
feel that you were able to take her away. That was
We followed
what needed to
protocol.
happen. But I just feel like it's not right. Something is not right with the agency. I honestly feel that they need to be investigated.
Judge Perez's verdict when Justice for All returns. You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez.
I've been taking medications. I've been in therapy.
I understand that, Ms.
I've been
Vasquez.
doing counseling. I've lost wages. I mean, I couldn't go to work for 3 months because I'm stressing about what's going on with Isabella. Does Ms. Dawson have proof that they were able to give Isabella back to her parents?
I can't. The thing is, they handled it the way they have to do with the state and the local child family CPS services. Okay. I understand.
I just don't think
I
it's
understand
right.
that you're reaching. I understand that the pain is so tremendous. But as I said before, I'm not being cold, but under the law, there's no valid legal claim, and you have no standing to sue the foster agency for doing their job. You can go and investigate. You can try. I don't know if they'll talk to you. You can try. You can be a pest. Do it. I'm encouraging you to do it. But based on the evidence, I cannot grant your claim. Okay? I will deny the plaintiff's claim for $12,800. I really wish you the best. Okay? And thank you, Ms. Vasquez.
Thank you, Judge.
All rise.
Judge Perez has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been denied.
I tried to explain to Elena, we followed all the rules, all the law.
They did not do their job. There's more to it, and although I don't have all the proof right now, I'm gonna get more proof, and I'm gonna prove that.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.